Okay guys, good morning. I want to quickly show you how to go about the Betty styling and basically some of the major errors we'll be seeing along the line. So very quickly, I'll be doing that on the phone here. So you are welcome. My own name is Oluwaseyi Idowu. So very quickly, let me just go. So on your mobile, you can do this on your system or on your mobile. So there are two apps here that you can use for mobile. I know you are aware. If you are not aware, maybe I will share more information on that. We have Thermos, and then we have the another one here, Thermos, this other one. So let me quickly go to my, so I'm using Thermos presently. So I have it here. So you can see that I've been on some work before now, and then I'll just go through some that I'm already having error on. So what you should do is you need to clone in your repo, or you SSH the terminal here on Thermos. So I will show you that later on. Just check on some of other video in this channel. So but today let me quickly show you. So I'll quickly show you from here. So you go into your repo. So presently the project that has to do with Betty is in the ALS low level programming, and so let me just quickly do that. So you go into your folder. I believe you already understand these ones. Okay, 0 times. So in the folder, let me clear my screen. So let's see. So let's list the file here. So we have so some of these particular projects, they are having error. So let me show you one of them on the terminal itself that has the error. So this is one. This is the project. Let's see so this is 0 times 01 C variables if else y. So let's see the question 6, and then question 6, I guess before now so we have one error here, one Betty error here. So you can see, so this is Betty coding style. So it says is print number Z C18 warning, missing a blank line after declaration. So basically whenever you have error with the Betty styling, let me move to the other one that involves two of the Betty styling errors. So let's see, we have 8 here. So we have this question 8. So it says Betty styling code, then Betty encoding style, then also Betty documentation style. So these two will be resolving these two very quickly, and I just show you that. So first thing is, if you have this error, anytime you have this error, you need to pay attention to the error itself, to the information provided. So you say this is the name of the file, 8 print underscore base 16.c. that is the name of the file. So you have the name of the file, then you will have the line that is having the error. So you will have the line that is having the error. Then it say warning, missing a blank line after declaration. So what you do is you go to this particular line in your code and you try to resolve the error. So sometimes you can have multiple error, like now for this other one we have on line 12, we have warning no description found for function main. So these are basically major problem that you'll be having with Betty even after you've typed the code and corrected so many things yourself. So let's quickly go to, so I can use the terminal, and at the same time I can also use terminals, but let's just get it done here. So if you want to find out how to set this up, you can just drop some comment in the channel, and then while I attend to it. So anything you want to see or what you want to learn is pertaining to how you can make your work easier or learn one or two things, you can drop the comment the channel below. So so we have 6, we have 8. So let's attend to question 8 very quickly because I don't want this video to be very long. So what you do here is, before you go to your checker to check your code, you try to do Betty and then the name of your file, Betty, then the name of your file. So let me adjust this a bit so that we can see it. Okay. So I hope this is not too large. Let me clear the screen. So what you do is Betty, you do Betty, then the name of your file. I say 8. So you can always use the tab to complete the name of the file. So let's see what Betty will say. So you can see, as you can see, we're having the same error. So what you can do, if you're having error with Betty, you can just check on your terminal before you go and check your code. So it said missing a blank line after declaration. So that is what we see in the other place. So how do we resolve this line? So what you do is you VI into your code. So VI 8, then you can tab it for the terminal to complete it for you. So this is it. So actually I've set up numbering on my code, and if you want to learn that, you can drop, well, as much as anything you want to learn in what you have seen, you can drop a comment while I work on that later on. So this is very simple. You just create a VCMR file. I will show you that later on. Let me just quickly, let's finish this very quickly. So it says the first thing that it mentions, so you have to pay attention to the, let me quickly close this, then we go and make specification to the error. It say line 12, no description. Okay, missing a blank line after declaration, and then we have no description for main function. So basically these are the major occurring error that you'll be having. So let's do VI our code again. Okay, so line 15. So basically for the first error, so normally what you do, what Betty expects us, so let's now edit this particular file. The first thing you need to notice, you need to always remove spaces behind this comment. So this is, then if you want to resolve, or let's just do it one by one after the other. So let's go to line 15. So after every declaration of your variable, you make sure this is our variable integer I is equal to 0 that has been declared. You need a space after it. Now what you do is you make sure that this space, you make sure that it doesn't have any trailing spaces. You make sure that this blank line does not have trailing spaces. So this is one of the major things that Betty check for. So what you just do, you press enter here, and then you leave a space. You leave a space here, so you can see this particular location is having a space. So we have resolved that error in line 15, which says a blank line after declaration. So we have resolved that. This is our declaration, and then this is our space. So let's go to the other error about the main. There is no description for main function. So what you do is this. So I was talking about this. So one thing that Betty always look for is wrong spacing or empty spacing, then wrong commenting, and some other few things like that. But if you write your code in a way that is very simple, you will not always have the problem. So let's correct no description for main function. So what you just do is you try to delete all these ones, then you tab it back, and then you remove the line behind it. So what you do is you remove all the line. So even you can even delete some of them, they are not needed. So you just delete them. You just delete as much as possible, just to leave some free information there. So that's what you want to do. Then okay, so you delete all the empty spaces behind. Now for our main, so the major thing that I find out is that what is expecting here is just to put just a entry point. So entry point after the main entry point. So this is our description for the main. So that is what Betty is looking for. That is what Betty is looking for, description for the main. Then you can have your main description after. So it's a comment. You can have as much anything as possible here. So you can see there's a description for this particular code. So it prints all the numbers of base 16 in lowercase. And then here you can say there can be some complaint here too. So when you have your return, what you do is you make it always return 0, and then you can now put in a bracket, you put sources in a bracket, here. So with this now, it is certain that we have resolved all Betty issue in this particular code. So let's quickly, so that is just it. Make sure after your declaration of your variable, you have an a blank line. Just press your enter. Then in your description, make sure that there is no empty space here. And then lastly, make sure that this asterisk are 2. We have 2 here for the commenting. So this is what Betty is working with, 2 at the start, then no space here, no space behind this main description for the entry. Then the description can be main entry point, while you put another description that describes what the code does. So this is it for Betty styling. So I want to quickly make the check. let's make a check and see if we are right. So if we are able to make the check, then that means so that is it. So let's see. So we input. So you can just press your up button to show you some command that you have run. So press enter, then let's see. So you see, so as you can see here where I put my screen, so this is what, so we have resolved the error, this error here. We have been able to resolve the error, this error. So that is how you go about resolving this particular error, missing a blank line after declaration. And then also this other one in line 28, it said warning, no description found for function main. So thank you guys for checking. So after now, so you can just go back after you just go back and you add commit, and then you push your code, then you go and check. So that is just that about that. So just leave a comment below if you want explanation on anything, and then so on anything at all that you have had me mention or as pertaining using this going about getting these things done. So thank you very much guys. Bye for now. Thanks.